All right. Yay. Okay, you guys. Are you excited? Okay, so this one is going to be a lot about much more about time management, money management, so that kind of thing. So last week is more about booking and how to move forward and how to create and how to go with that. This one is more about planning, about scheduling, and more strategy with it, I guess, if that makes sense. So that's going to be fun. Okay, so the first section is over time management. And honestly, you guys, there are a couple of things that take people out all the time. And one of the main things is either time management or emotional management. It's one or the other. And so if you can develop a skill of managing your time and managing your emotions to where you're not freaking yourself out all the time, you will be fine. But time management is huge because let's just go ahead and put it out on the table. Everybody's busy, okay? I love you. Everybody's busy. You're not special, okay? So everybody's got a lot going on. Everybody has a lot on their plate. So you have two options. You can manage your time or your time will manage you. So you can be in control of that and you can make, make a plan to work the time that you've got, or you can just let it plow right over you. So time management, I love this. This is an awesome quote. Success is hidden in your daily routine. That's all it is. It's just that daily discipline, that daily routine, that daily groove that you get into that creates the success that you want to see. And so there are two really, really awesome tools that Mary Kay has given us, set us up with, to help us be really successful. Because a lot of times you can feel overwhelmed with a lot of different things going on, and you're like, I don't even know how to manage my time. Like, what would that even look like? So that was me. I didn't even own a calendar before I started this business. Promise you, it is a learned skill, and anybody can learn it if I can learn it. The first tool is what's called your 6 most important things list. 6 most important things list. And you can probably Google that, Google image 6 most important things list and find it. But it is also, is it on where you have documents? It's on my website under time management. The Wix website. You guys know about the Wix website, right? Yeah. The Wix website. You remember where you printed out your welcome packet? Okay. That one. If you need it, I'll get it to you. And then I'm sure Amanda has it somewhere, probably. Or you can just Google it.
I just write mine on paper.
Or you can write it on a piece of paper. There's a Mary Kay 6 most important things list that has little categories for you to go ahead and fill out, which is great. But then you can also just create a 6 most important things list for yourself and do it really simply. Now you do need to write those down. Don't put it in your phone, because you go and look at your phone and you're like, ooh, Facebook app. Click on that, scroll through, and then before you know it, you forgot what you're supposed to be looking for, which was your 6 most important things list. So don't write it on your phone. Write it on an actual piece of paper. I keep mine by my bed, and before I go to bed, I write down my 6 most important things list so that I know with clarity. Is anybody super foggy when they wake up in the morning? Great. I'm always if I don't have a clear cut steps of what I'm supposed to do as soon as I wake up, I'm stumbling around for the next 2 hours trying to figure out what I was supposed to do, So, I have it down that night. So I wake up in the morning and I know exactly what I'm supposed to do right when my feet hit the floor, so I'm not stumbling around trying to remember what it was for 2 hours and wasting those 2 hours. Make sense? So 6 most important things is great. Make it the night before. That's the next one. The night before, so you wake up ready to conquer the day. Your list should consist of 6 personal tasks and 6 Mary Kay tasks. Okay, and now your 6 Mary Kay tasks, only 2 of those can be non-income producing activities. I don't think that's down, but let me clarify that your 6 most important things list in Mary Kay should not consist of organizing your inventory. Okay.
That really makes it right now.
All right. You can it shouldn't be organize my inventory, do my taxes, and make postcards. Like, those are 3 non-income producing activities. So you need to have at least over half of that being income producing activities. Booking, following up with booking, following up with potential recruits, doing a share, doing lead generating, following up with customers. Those are what we call IPAs, income producing activities. So only 2 of your 6 most important things list can be a non-IPA, okay? Deal? Because what happens is we get into the habit of creatively avoiding what we're actually supposed to be doing. And so that creative avoidance is like organizing and reorganizing my inventory and then putting it all just right in the row, you know, and you're like, so productive with my Mary Kay today. Actually, no, you weren't. You just reorganized your inventory. It's going to get messed up the next time you go to parties. So just stick it in a box and stick it in your car and move on and do what you need to do. Okay. So fun fact, it's scientifically proven that a list of more than 6 tasks will overload your brain. And a good quote with that is that a confused mind does nothing. That's actually scriptural. A confused mind does nothing. So if you're sitting there trying to figure out what you're supposed to do, or if you feel like there's way too much going on or whatever else, if you don't have a plan, you've got a confused mind. So you got to get that clear and get that all laid out so that you can be productive and just execute it. Make sense? So an example is JoJo's 6 most important things list. Hi, JoJo. Non-Mary Kay, you know, study for your chem test, go to boot camp, hire a maid, send invites for your birthday party, go to Mexico with Susie, you know, that kind of thing. And then your Mary Kay is what?
I know exactly who made that list.
You. The jigsaw.
The last one.
Amanda made that list.
I read it and I said, Amanda made this list.
I can't read,
I was
but
like,
that was all.
It was the boot camp and the Mexican that did it.
And the jigsaw puzzles. Oh, have you not heard about it?
No, I have not.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay.
And then Mary Kay is book 20 parties. Follow up with Rose Promotion. That's a lead generating event. You know, following up with your leads from a lead generating event. Checking your fish bowls. That you have a share booked with your director. Coach the parties coming up. So following up with your parties coming up, making sure you have their guest list. Sign Carrie. Oh,
New team members.
sign your new team member. Sign Carrie. I love it. Okay, cool. So does that make sense? Like, that's what that looks like. So all of those are IPAs. If you have any non-IPAs on there, you can only have 2. Deal? Cool. That is your first tool, is your 6 most important things list. So it reminds you of the important things you need to do. Your second tool is your weekly plan sheet. Weekly plan sheet. This is also on our website under time management. But you can also get a calendar that breaks your day down into 15 to 30-minute increments, and that's your weekly plan sheet. And so this is really, really important because do you guys ever feel like you have just so much going on in a day that you just don't have time for anything? Yeah. Right? Okay, great. So what your weekly plan sheet does is it actually shows you logistically where you can work your business. Okay, so what you do with a weekly plan sheet, do you have a weekly plan sheet or a planner in here?
There's one on.
Oh. There, look, there's your weekly plan sheet. This is what it looks like. It breaks your day down into hour-long increments. I have ones that break it down into 30-minute increments, which is really great. But what you're going to do is you're going to print out like 4 of these. So one for every week of the month, right? And you literally okay, so what you do, and probably got it on here, weekly plan sheet. I love it. If we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Like, it's nobody's intention to jump into something and say, I'm going to fail at this intentionally. It's just that you fail to plan. You fail to make the game plan that's going to jumpstart you towards success. And so, so what is your weekly plan sheet? This is your perfect weekly schedule. Perfect weekly schedule. Okay, so this is how do I fill out my weekly plan sheet? What the heck am I supposed to do with this thing? How does this work? So you block off your non-negotiables first. Non-negotiables first. This includes your work schedule, school schedule, church, and dedicated family time. Okay, those are your non-negotiables. So you're going to go through with your weekly plan sheet and you say, okay, I work Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. So Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, you just block that time off. You get several different color highlighters. So work can be blue because it makes you sad. So you draw your blue right there, and then you know, whatever else, like other thing other than work can be, I don't know, yellow. And then, so now that you have those times blocked off, now you can legitimately see where you have open times to work your business, right? I'll use Megan for example, because we were chatting last night, and she already kind of had her plan of like she works, you know, 3 a.m. to 1 a.m. or 1 p.m., 3 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then she has a 2-hour break, and then she goes to her second job. And so that 2-hour break, every
It's actually 4 to 1, but yeah.
4 to 1.
It's so
Okay.
bad.
Yeah. So that 2-hour break, now that but you know, she had that weekly plan sheet planned out. She's like, oh, I have a 2-hour break every day right in there. So every day for those 2 hours or for an hour in there, she can sprinkle in her Mary Kay, either with lead generating or booking or whatever else, that kind of thing. So, but she would only know that if she had her schedule written out. And so for me, when I was in school full time, it was like I have class here and here. Oh, I have a 30-minute break here and an hour break here that I never would have paid attention to if I didn't have it written down. And so now that your schedule is written down, you can say, okay, well, that 30-minute break just became a 30-minute booking time. And you take your pink highlighter or your green highlighter, pink for Mary Kay or green for money. Sorry. She's funny. And then you highlight there that that's your booking time. Okay, so now you go through your non-negotiable in the day, but you've already designated that next 30 minutes or that next 2 hours, that's your booking time. And you just got it planned out, okay? Otherwise, that day would have totally run you, and you would run right past those 2 hours and never noticed that it was there for you to be able to rock out your business. Make sense? So we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. So this is your perfect weekly schedule. You block off your non-negotiables. This would include your work, school, schedule, church, designated family time. Now you also, now that you see all those different things, you also designate a booking time. Okay? If you are scheduling in your non-negotiables in life that somebody else has scheduled for you, you get to be your own boss with Mary Kay, and you get to now designate the time that you are going to work, okay? So, so designate that booking time, now that you see where you can put it. And with, like, honestly, you guys, booking is the genesis of your business. If you want to know how to reach any goal, you can always bring it back to and break it down to booking. If you're like, this is a really big goal, I don't know how I'm going to make it, bring it all the way back down to, okay, well, how are you going to do it? You're going to see the faces. How are you going to see the faces? You're going to have parties. How are you going to have parties? You're going to book. It goes all the way back to that. So if you just focus on being disciplined and diligent and purposeful about when you're booking, then you know that everything else that you need to see in this business will happen. It will follow naturally if you are just disciplined with your booking. Does that make sense? So also plan personal time as well. Personal time. This can include workout time, dinner with friends, hair and nail appointments, etc. Okay. And then I think 4 is also very, very important. To star beside 4. Determine when you will hold parties. Okay, so you designate your booking time. Now you also got to designate your party time. Because if you're like booking and you're like, they're like, okay, let's do that. Let's book that. If you don't know when you're gonna be booking your parties for, you're gonna be fumbling with well, when's great with you, and we all know that doesn't work. So you have to know the times that you have available so that you can offer them those times. Doctor's offices don't just say, well, we're free, Monday through Friday. When do you want to come in? No. They say, okay, great. We have times on Monday and Tuesday available. Our mornings, afternoons, or evenings better for you. That's what they say, right? And they book you for the time that they have. And you're like, mornings. You're like, great. We have 8 a.m. Monday morning. And you're like, okay, I'll take 8 a.m. Monday morning. And you're like, why would I ever take 8 a.m. Monday morning? Because that's the time they offered, right? Because they knew when they could have you in. And so that's the same thing. You got to know your party times so that you can offer that to people professionally. And then people take your time more seriously when your times are designated. Okay, and then you highlight those times. Okay, so you highlighted your non-negotiables, you highlighted your booking time, and your party time. Make sense? And so now your weekly plan sheet is all colorful and beautiful, and there's not an hour wasted in indecision or fogginess. You know how to execute everything and be super proficient with your time. Yeah? Yeah. My blank series is a little unnerving. And then that's your weekly plan sheet, and that's what that looks like. This breaks it down to an hour increments. I like to break it down to 30-minute increments, just because it works better for me. So there's that. Okay. So now we're going to move on to money management. Yay! So we got to manage our money to be wise business owners. So money management, or first of all, any questions about what we just did? Like anything you want me to clarify, anything that you want to know more about? Nope. Good? Okay. Money management. So your profit, your income, your expenses
equals your income minus your expenses.
Thanks. I was curious as to what those things
I don't
were.
know why.
Your profit is or equals your income minus your expenses. Yeah, I was like,
It's like, what is she saying?
don't know what these symbols mean. I'm just going to say the
I know
words that are in the
equals
blanks. Okay, profit equals your income minus your expenses. Okay, so whatever somebody paid you, you do the expenses out of there, and then whatever's left is your profit, right? So embezzling is stealing from your business. To pay yourself, or vice versa. The object of inventory is to restock and resell. You make 50%, not 100%. Make sense? Because if you're taking all of your profit, that's essentially embezzling or stealing from your business to pay yourself. Make sense? So the object of inventory is to restock. So meaning you take half of what somebody gave you, and you restock what you sold, and then you resell it. And you make another 50%, right? I have this blank. It's not. I don't have it filled in.
Wait, which one?
Hold on. Let me see.
You don't restock your inventory?
Yeah, you will blank. Hold on. Carrie probably has it.
Run your business into the ground?
Go out of business.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't restock your inventory, you will go out of business. Okay, so there's some really simple systems that you can put into place to make sure you're working your business wisely with your money. So one is establishing money management systems in your business. One is open a separate free checking account for your Mary Kay business. Okay, so that just keeps Mary Kay money separate from grocery money, and you're not accidentally ordering fried egg with grocery money. Or taking your 50% that you needed to restock your business with and ordering groceries. Yeah. Two is designate a place to keep your sales slips handy for reorder. I have a little binder that I just have a folder in. One side of the folder is ones that I have reordered. And those are the leads that I'm just gonna follow up with and book. The other side of the folder is the new people that I have not reordered their product that they bought from me. Does that make sense?
What do you mean when you say sales slips? Are those like the
They're profile sheets where you have, wherever you've written down their order,
Okay.
whatever that customer has purchased from you. So I just have a folder, each side of the folder. This side is people that I have not reordered the product they bought from me. And this side is people that I have reordered it and they're the leads that I'm gonna follow up with and book. Make sense? So that's 3, or 2. 3 is make a concrete plan to pay off your initial inventory investment within a set time period. Okay, so make a set plan to pay off your initial inventory investment within a set time period. So that can be like, okay, I want to have this paid off in a month, so I know that I'm paying off this X amount. So let's break that down. It's about $100 per face average. So that means I need to see X amount of faces. So how many parties do I need to hold? Great. How many bookings do I need to do? Now it goes back to booking. Make sense? It's making that concrete plan to pay off your initial inventory investment within a set time period. The tax accordion? An accordion?
Accordion file.
Okay.
Set up your accordion tax file.
Yes, like that. Set up your accordion tax file by month to keep track of your expenses. Sales slips, product orders, mileage logs, that kind of thing. Basically just have a place to stick your receipts. Essentially. Right?
That's high. I should not be teaching.
I know. Don't spend a whole lot of time on this. It's really not that big of a deal. Like, the biggest difference, like, I know it's a big deal.
Here's
Like,
the eyes.
it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, like, some people are going to get super consumed with, like, oh my gosh, I have to have this accordion and, like, everything, like, right, this little place, like, and you'll get consumed with that instead of going and booking parties. So that's what I mean. Like, the most important thing is actually to work your business so that you can have something to file. Does that make sense? And so, just stick your receipts in one slip, like, keeping a track of your mileage. You can keep an exact log of that if you want to. The easiest thing, you can have a little notepad in your car. There's actually an app you can get on your phone that can log that mileage as well. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How's that gonna work? Mile IQ. What? Mile IQ.
Mile IQ.
Oh,
Like
like
an
I
IQ
said,
test.
my like you, and I was like, what?
Yeah, so that's great.
Another thing, I think maybe Taylor mentioned this when we went over this at training,
Yeah.
which I thought was so genius for my high personality people.
Yeah.
Get one of those door shoe hangers, with the little pockets in it,
Yeah.
and have each pocket designated for a month, and
Yeah.
then that's where you just stick your receipts.
That's smart.
Huh.
That's really
So it's
smart.
all right there. So like for that month, it's all in that one little shoe pocket. And then you go back and you can, or was it you who said that? I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, that is genius.
That is genius. I love it. That's great. But just have a place to put it, really, more than anything. And so also anything that you give as a gift or demo out, any products like that, or use personally, those are all tax write-offs for you, okay? So everybody in my family gets Merry for Christmas, because it's all tax write-off. Making your facial expressions kill me. I love it.
I'm spending too much time with you, and you're always like,
oh. Okay. So, I used to just have a box called my chunk box, and I would just take the boxes of those products, push it in the box. Amanda changed my life. You can tear the tab of the lid, right, of the box off. You know what I'm saying?
The one that says what it is.
Yeah, like the one that labels what it is. You just tear that off and stick it in a Ziploc baggie.
Oh.
Genius. So it's just you tear the top tag off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why can I? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So and then you stick it, and it's like, how genius is that? Because I was like mashing
learned it from
everything
my
into
hair.
a box. You just need the tab. And so that way, at the end of the year, you're not having to, spend your time within an Excel spreadsheet, logging all that in. At the end of the year, you have all your little tabs, and you just put them out in little categories and count what you did. And it's much easier and much quicker, much more simple, right? We're all about making it simple. Okay. Okay, so then we're going to talk about the 60-40 split. All businesses come with expenses. All businesses come with expenses. Edgar's has to order flour and sugar for their cakes. They have to pay for the rent for their building, their mortgage on their building. My dad had a packing and shipping business. He had to pay for his boxes and the postage and all that kind of stuff. My mom was a general contractor and home builder. She had to buy backhoes and bricks. Like, that was what she had to do. All businesses come with expenses. Handling these expenses and making profit is where the 60-40 split comes into play. Okay, how it works. You sell the product at 100%, along with tax, right? 50%. Carrie made them all up, so we were like figuring them out. Okay, 50% of sales goes to restocking your inventory. Okay, 10% should be allocated for business expenses, i.e. Section 2 items, meeting dues, party supplies, etc., that kind of thing. Leaving you 40% as profit. Yeah? Reminder, when paying off your initial inventory investment, be sure to use funds from your 40% profit. Use your profit to pay off that, right? Just like my mom had to pay for her backhoe before she got her own profit. She had to pay the people that she bought the backhoe from, right? Now in this case, you're paying yourself back for what you did, right? Does that make sense? Okay. How to order smart. Okay, we pay $9.35 flat rate shipping on each order. Don't let shipping eat all your profit. Work to place 1 or 2 large orders a month instead of placing multiple small orders. Section 2 does not count towards wholesale goal. Star consultant or quota sales or like any of the monthly challenges that we might have and prizes and stuff like that in our units. If you need samples, ask your director about alternative ideas. Does anybody have any questions about ordering smart or money management or anything like that? Any parts you didn't understand and want clarified?
I would say do you use CDS?
Mm-hmm.
If you have somebody that's like a really good, I use it for people who are like really good customers and people who order $50 or more.
Yeah.
And then I give them free shipping on there because it's less expensive than ordering it for myself, and it gets there faster.
Yeah. Yeah, CDS is a great option because it does get there really, really quickly, and it's only like $5 for shipping.
And you can put either a lookbook in there or you can put in 2 free samples.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's a really great option to know about. Do y'all know how to utilize CDS? Okay, so what you would do is you go on to InTouch and you would log in your customer's information. So you go on InTouch and you put your mouse over or business tools and go down to my customers and click on that. There'll be an option where you click on manage customers and you can add a customer.
I actually didn't know how to get there. I have it saved under one of my favorites.
Really? I love it. And now you just log in your customer's information and that kind of thing. And then it'll get to the part where it kind of goes through, or like you get to put in what they ordered, right? And so near the top of the screen, there'll be two little button options. You can click one to check, you know what I'm saying? One of them will say deliver with CDS or customer delivery service. The other one will say deliver from my inventory. You click deliver from CDS, and then you add the products that they want from there. You can add the samples and all that kind of stuff, and then it ships, and then you ship it to them. So that's a great option. I would recommend, like, it's for people that live out of state, or like if somebody ordered like $50 or more or whatever else, you can utilize that too. Sometimes I utilize it if I am at the end of the month and I ran out of a bunch of stuff and I had 5 people that I owe stuff to or whatever else. Instead of driving that to all 5 of those people, I'll just send it with a CVS.
And I've had a lot of customers, like when you pick free samples, like be strategic about it, because I have a ton of customers that when I send them the samples, they're like, oh my God, I love this, I need it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the perfume, especially because nobody wants to buy a full perfume without smelling it.
Right.
So I send out a lot of perfume samples. I send out a lot of the lipstick samples too, because they have the True Dimensions lipsticks on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
I usually use Microderm or.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, awesome.
And you said the shipping is cheaper through that?
It's like $5 or $5.25 or
For
something
each
like that.
person?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't ship to just
So I
your
like,
neighbor or, you know, just anybody. And for me, like, also be strategic with that, because if it's just like a primer or something and you have it in your inventory,
yeah, I wouldn't.
it's a whole lot cheaper to go to the dollar store, get a bubble mailer, and mail it yourself. So be mindful of things like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just ship it to everybody. Unless it's like Sarah Catherine was saying, at the end of the month, and you just gotta get it out or whatever, then that's different. But understand, like, it's still shipping that's gonna eat into your costs.
Correct.
Right. We want you to make as much money as possible. Okay. Okay, so know your status. Know your status. So stay active. Don't lose your 50% discount by just a couple bucks. All right, so these are the different statuses that you go through, and it's based off of when you place product orders, okay? So A1 status means you are active and you have placed a $2.25 wholesale order that month. You're active. $2.25 wholesale order, and it's not a cumulative order, it's a one-time order. A2, enjoy your discount. And so what that means is your discount, once you place an activating order, meaning a $2.25 wholesale order or more, your discount is now active for the month that you place that order and the next 2 months. So you can place any little baby orders that you want to in those months, and you will receive your discount on all of them. Okay? So A1, you place a $2.25 wholesale order and you are active. A2, your discount continues active. A3, that month, by the end of that month, or sometime in that month, you would need to place a cumulative?
Mm-hmm.
It's cumulative?
Mm-hmm. And I agree.
All right. Okay, so once you're in A3, you can place a cumulative $2.25 wholesale order.
I had to like study this.
I know.
I understand. So basically, like, even if you're in A2, okay, let's say you place 200 wholesale, scrounge up another $50 in sales and place a 25 because you were so close and it bumps you back to A1. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So like that's where we're saying like know your status and stay on top of it. Because I mean I've had some girls who will be in A3 and place 223 because they weren't paying attention. I'm like, no, you're going inactive because you didn't pay attention to what you were placing. So we try to stay on top of it for you, but keep in mind we both have units of 50 plus, and it's kind of hard to stay on top of that for everybody. But like just watch your status because you like can bump yourself back up very easily.
So,
So that's what that means.
sorry, just like break down.
Yeah.
Basically, you place that first 225 order, you're good for 2 months, and then after that, you've got to make sure that you just do another 225.
If you don't place anything, so you could place
Right.
like 225. Like I have some personal use consultants who just for some reason hate to go inactive. It's not the end of the world if you go inactive, okay? Now we're all working our business, or we wouldn't be here at 8 o'clock on a Saturday. We don't want to go inactive, okay? So let's say you place your 225 this month. You were good this month, November, December. You would want to be, if you don't do anything in November, December, you would want to be sure to place 225 again.
Okay.
Make sense?
So like if you place 220 in A2, and do you only have to do 50 in A3, or you have to do a whole new
No,
every
start
month,
over.
every month? Okay,
So that's what I'm saying. If you're in A2 and you place 220, come up with 5 more.
right.
You know, because it bumps you back to A1. So
Okay.
let's say next month you place 225. You're A1 now. Next month you place 225 again. If you're working your business, you never have to worry about this. Like seriously, if you're willing to have parties, you never have to worry about this. I don't think I've ever been below A2. But if you like next month, you're still so now next month you're A2. If you place 225 today, next month you're A2.
Okay.
Okay, because today's the end of the month. You're A2. Next month you place 225, you jump back up to A1. You don't even go to A3. Make sense?
Okay.
Okay.
I got you.
That's okay.
Cool, yeah, that's a good way to explain it. So after A3, if let's say you don't place an order in A3, and you go over into the next month, what happens is your active status lapses, okay? So, and you go into what's called I status. So you go from active status to inactive status, that's I status. And so, okay, so in A3, let's say in A3, so you can place a cumulative 225 in A3, right? So that means you can place $100 here and $125 there, and now you've done your 225 because it's a cumulative order, not all at one time. Once you get into I status, it has to be all in one order, right? Okay, so you must place the entire, so I1, you must place the entire 225 wholesale to reactivate your discount. And once you go into I status, you will not receive a love check from your team members until you become active again. Right?
And you don't get your discount.
And you don't get your discount. Yeah, your discount is inactive. And then you go I1, I2, and then you get to I3, okay? In I3 status, you must place an entire 225 wholesale to reactivate your discount. And if you don't by the end of that month, you can permanently lose your team members. Which is not gonna be a problem if you just work your business. Okay. T status. So you go I1, I2, I3, and then you go into T status. T stands for termination. Now you can go 13 months in T status. Nothing bad happens. You can reactivate your discount at any point. You can always come back. But what the company does is they begin what's called the you place an entire 225 wholesale order to reactivate your discount at any point. Okay. If you decide not to, the company begins the termination process. That is a 13-month process of the company just saying like, okay, like she's not really like super interested in doing anything right now. We're gonna let her shift over into T status. We're gonna give her 13 months in T status. if in that 13 months she decides she still doesn't want, no, maybe not 13 months in T status. It's 13 months total. So from A to
Your last order.
13 months from your last order.
Active order.
Order. So we're gonna give her 13 months from the last time she placed her order. And if she decides that it's not for, like, she doesn't want to do anything, well, then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let her phase out of the company. And so you just lose your consultant status because they're like, she didn't do anything for a year. So she probably, I mean, she's not really wanting to hang around. So we don't want to keep her here. So we're going to go ahead and let her just phase out of the company. If at any point in your future you want to reactivate becoming a consultant again, you can always come back and become a consultant again. Nothing bad happens. It's just that they're not going to keep dead consultants around. They're gonna let you phase on out, do your own thing, and make room for new people coming in. Make sense? So you have 13 months from the last time you placed an order. Is your T status. Again, if you're working your business, you ain't got a problem. Okay. So you don't enter T status until 6 months after your A1. Yeah, your last time you placed a active order, right? Okay. To check your status, go on to InTouch, Business Tools, My Business, Consultant List. Consultant List. For them?
Yeah, we tested it
Okay.
with her mom.
All right.
It's just then, but
Okay, great. Okay, so there's that. So know your status. Okay, and then this is how to be a STAR consultant every quarter. Yay! Everybody wants to be a STAR consultant, right?
yes,
You get prizes! I'm so excited! Okay, so you get prizes. This is the fun stuff. Status stuff is not fun stuff. This is fun stuff because you get prizes. Okay,
And parties.
so,
And parties.
yeah,
And
parties are
parties.
my favorite.
Prizes
are my favorite thing.
and parties. So every quarter we always have a STAR party for you guys, where you guys can come and like we just celebrate you. And so this quarter it's we're going to Breakout Birmingham. You guys know what Breakout Birmingham is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What? It's
I
no,
Well, I don't know what shaft is, so it's okay. Okay, so Breakout Birmingham, it's super fun. It's like
I say it's like real life Clue.
yeah, it's like really cool. They essentially like lock you in a room. And there's always a theme, so it can be like a museum. One theme that I know of was a museum heist, was that you are the robbers that have gone in there, and you're like going to steal this priceless painting. You get locked in there, and they capture you. And now you have to figure out, as the robbers, how to get out of the room. It's a puzzle to get out of the room before you get caught.
There's another one that's a
Yeah.
kidnapping.
Yeah, it's really
There's
fun.
another one that's a Casino Royale.
Yes.
That's what Matthew did. My husband did
Really? Okay.
that. Yeah, I couldn't go that day, but he said he had so much fun. He said there was
Yes.
a lot of math involved.
Really?
But he's an
Oh,
engineer, so he was like,
Well,
oh my God.
it's a team
Yeah.
effort. So like you figure out who has what strengths on the team, and like you figure it all out. You figure out the puzzle on how to get out together. So it's really, really fun. So that's our STAR party, you guys, and it's going to be awesome. And so the end of the STAR quarter is
December 15th.
December 15th. Guys, you've got like a whole month and a half to do this. Plenty of time. How to be a STAR consultant every quarter. Okay, to be a STAR consultant, complete a Power Star every month. Ta-da! That's that.
That's simple.
It's that simple. Does everybody know what a Power Start is? Who needs to know what a Power Start is?
Y'all should be working on yours.
Yeah, you should be, because that's how you're going to earn your pink unit ring. Remember? Do I need to get it out and wave it in front of you guys so that you can see it? Ooh, I can get my bag of unit rings out. Y'all can try on your ring and pick your size. Yeah. Okay, I'll probably do that in a minute. So to be a STAR consultant, you complete a Power Start every month. It's that simple. So if you want to break down the math to it, it's $300 in sales per week, and you're on target for STAR.
Did I write that in?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Equals what? 300 in sales per week.
300 sales per week equals on target. STAR.
I'm so glad I'm not the only person that calls.
Love it. So don't have FOMO, fear of missing out. Don't miss out. Always earn invites to STAR parties. and get prizes. Me!
I got my last star prize in the mail.
Really? What was
The
it?
purple speaker.
I love it.
Although I used hers more than mine. She got the Ninja Blender.
I know.
That was pretty
I
long.
love it.
That's amazing.
I got free registration to leadership.
That's awesome though.
Oh, I already earned that.
What?
She was like, I earned that and an
Do
ninja.
director challenges.
Oh, you got free really?
And I think my seminar is gonna be free too.
Shut up. That's
That's
legit.
part of what they're at.
I didn't get that.
You didn't know about the challenges.
That's true.
Did
But
you
I
know?
don't think that they, yeah, I did them.
The director challenges?
Yeah. I don't think that they offered the leadership and that for free for us. You're amping it up, you guys. You need to be directors. Okay, so, okay, this, look at this one, okay. Star consultant. So you become a star consultant when you place a minimum of $1,800 wholesale order within a quarter. Again, if you break that down to $300 a week, you're done. At that level, each time you add, also once you reach star consultant status, every time you add a team member, a qualified team member, meaning that they place a 600 or more
In their first order.
on their first order, it
It bumps you up.
okay, that's what I thought, but I was like, this is confusing me in the wording. It bumps you up to the next star level.
Yeah.
So once you're a star consultant and you have a team member that comes in and she places at least a 600, now you get an extra, you bump up a star level. So if you were at Sapphire, now you're at Ruby, just because you have a team member come in. Cool, huh? Love it. So, and then the black star right there is the different levels of star. It's like Chuck E. Cheese. The more points you get, either the bigger, better prize you can get, or the more little prizes you can get, right? You get the tickets, right? Does that make sense? It's like Chuck
I
E. Cheese.
really like how you explain that.
You did or didn't like it?
I did.
Oh, you did?
like I got that.
Right, it's like Chuck E. Cheese. So Pearl is the highest one, and that's 48. Emerald is 36. Diamond is 3,000. Ruby is 24, and Sapphire is 18. Okay, make sense? Rocket. Okay, so program benefits, the benefits of being a star. Star consultant, you get prizes from Mary Kay. You get a star consultant pin that you get to wear, and then every time you're a star for a quarter, they give you a number for how many times you've been a star, right? So like, if you've been a star for 6 quarters, the next time you're a star, they're going to send you another little pin that goes in the middle of the star that says 7, right? Yeah.
And the little gem.
And yes, and you get the gem of the level that you were. So you get the recognition for it.
It's really fun when you go to events and see like the older ladies who have like big old numbers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're starting
Like 200 something, whatever, how many
Yeah.
times they've been a star. Yeah.
Man, how much money have you made being a star?
Yes. I know. I love it. It's awesome. And so that's your ladder of success jewelry. You get recognition at your quarterly awards event, which is this Breakout Birmingham this time. Don't miss out. Customer referrals from Mary Kay on your personal website. So you also get company referrals. So that means that you get to, as a star consultant, you get to put in 5 different zip codes that you service. And the company will literally hand you customers. So anybody that zip code searches a consultant in their area, your name pops up as someone that will service them. Make sense? And then invitation to our mystery party. Right, that's our star party. Yeah. Recognition in our quarterly awards. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so these are the star quarters. And so we are in the second quarter. That's September 16th, through December 15th. Yeah? Cool. There's that.
You also have to be a star to be able to submit DIQ. So I know some of you, that was your end goal. You can't submit DIQ to become a director until you're a star. So it's a whole lot easier to do it over the course of the quarter. than to do it all right there at the end. Just like, thank you.
Okay, so any questions about STAR? Okay, so how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time, right? So if you're looking at STAR and you're looking at that big old number and you're like, that is a freaking elephant, okay? One bite at a time. Just break it down into tiny little chunks. Again, every goal, anywhere that you want to get in this business can all be broken down to the basic element of booking. If you handle booking today, you create the parties that you need to see tomorrow that's going to create the sales that you want to have, the team members that you need to see to get you to the next level to your goal, okay? It all breaks down to booking. Gloria Mayfield Banks has an awesome quote, and I love it. It's great days make great weeks. Great weeks make great months. Great months make great years. But you handle today, okay? I got today. I can handle today. I can do today what will make an excellent tomorrow. I can be excellent today so I can receive what I want tomorrow, right? So I can handle today, right? So if you do today, if you rock out today, and you do it again tomorrow, and you do it again the next day, and today again, you do it again today, and today again, you do it again today. Well, pretty soon, you're at the end of the month and you have all this money in your pocket, and you're halfway to STAR, right? Because you handled today, and you handled it well. You planned it. You worked it. You with me? You can handle today. So put your blinders on. Don't freak yourself out looking at the big number. Handle today. Rock it out. Break it down. Book. That's all you got to do. It's that simple. And then go from there. Right? Cool. All right. So the next thing is your career path levels. Okay? Love this. Love promotions and Mary Kay. Love promotions and Mary Kay because you guys are promoting yourself based off of your work and your merit and your worth. Like Mary Kay, the lady, wanted to make this very simple for us because she worked years and years and years and years in corporate world, and she got to the point where she was so good at her job, like men, like the bosses would bring men to her for her to train, and then they would be promoted over her for the position that she trained them for. And you know, after years of that, she was sick of it. And so that was when she sat down to make this business plan. She made it to where this is clear cut, crystal clear. You don't ever have to worry or wonder or guess about if or maybe or when I would get this promotion. You know exactly what you need to do to get there. It's crystal clear. And there's no ifs, ands, or maybes about it. If you do the work, you will get the promotion. And it's not based off of whether somebody else says, sure, here's a promotion. Let's see if you please me enough to give it to you. You know, whatever else. It's based off of completely your merit and your worth. And I love that. And there is such a satisfaction in earnest work, being truly being given the rewards for earnest work. Because it is completely transparent and honest. And if you do what you're supposed to do, you receive the rewards that you worked for. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So that's why I like the career path levels, is because you can rock it out. You can move up super quick, or you can hang out anywhere you want to. So where you guys are is a brand, or y'all are kind of a new beauty consultant. So and that is the first level, and that title is consultant. As a consultant, you make the perks of, you get 50% discount on your products. You make a rockin' discount off of all your Mary Kay. You make 50% profit on your sales, which is the highest paid direct sales commission force in existence. There is no other company that exists that pays their people 50%. There's nothing that beats our marketing plan. Okay, and then commission, you don't have any yet, but you will. All right, so you're going to give yourself your very first promotion at your very first team member, okay? So you can, out beside the little circle, or beside title or perks or whatever, you can draw a 1, okay? Because that's your first promotion at your first team member, right? So you are now a senior consultant. Love it. Now you're making money 2 different ways, okay? You make 50% off of all of your sales. And now you're making 4% commission. Okay, so now you're making money 2 different ways. So you make 4% off of anything that your team member does with the company. Now the best part about that 4%, it does not come out of your team member's pocket. It's a check directly from corporate to you, so you're not taking from your team members. Okay, so that's 1 to 2 team members right there, senior consultant. Now your next promotion is at your third team member. So you guys can draw a 3 somewhere out beside that. So 3, you can circle it. Your third team member, okay? Now this is called a star team builder or your red jacket. Yay, red jacket. Okay, so this is 3 to 4 team members. And this is your red jacket. And at your red jacket, the perks of a red jacket is that you get your red jacket, right? You get your red jacket from the company. And honestly, you guys, it just signifies to everyone that you have been working your business well and wisely. That not only have you been sharing the product and making great sales, you've also been sharing the opportunity. And you're making money that way, and you've changed 3 lives along the way. Okay, so honestly, I would share with everybody that regardless of your long-term goal in Mary Kay, this is a wise place to get to quickly promotionally in your business. The reason being is because at this level, you're now making money all the 3 different ways we can make money in Mary Kay. So that way you're not leaving parts of your paycheck on the table, because that's really dumb, right? So we make money through 50% off of your sales. You also make money off of your team members. And now at this level, you're making money through bonuses, through cash bonuses. So you make 4% off your team, and now you're also making $50 cash bonuses on any qualified team members you sign up after that, right? So with your red jacket commission or perks, you get red jacket, you get the cash bonuses, you get your red jacket party. We celebrate you when you get into your red jacket. We throw you a party at the meeting. You get cake and balloons and prizes galore. You get prizes from everybody and gifts. And then you also get a pair of red stilettos through stepping into your red jacket. Do you guys remember that? So you get a pair of red stilettos through stepping into your red jacket. How love, right? Okay, then. So who doesn't love free shoes? Okay, so again, this is that wise place, that smart place to get to quickly in your business, because that way you aren't leaving parts of your paycheck on the table, right? And this is your first level of leadership in Mary Kay, because you kind of step into that first level of leadership. Okay, so your next promotion is at your 5th team member, so you can draw a 5 out beside that. So to recap, you have promotions at 1, 3, and 5, right? So 5 is your 3rd promotion. This is called your team leader. Team leader, and this is 5 to 7 team members. All right, so the perks, you get bonuses, you get jewelry from your director, and you are also eligible to go on Target for your very first free car. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, and now you've also given yourself a huge pay raise. 1, you just gave yourself a $100 cash bonus for getting to this point, right? Because you added 2 team members. And you get $50 cash bonuses for each of those. And now, you remember that 4% off your team we keep talking about? Yeah? At this level, that commission's over doubles. It goes from 4% to 9 to 13%. So you just over doubled your commissions. So you make 50% off of your sales, $50 cash bonuses, and 9 to 13% off of your team. Yeah? Okay. And then you have future director, or DIQ. Okay? Director in qualification, DIQ. Yeah? Also stands for do it quick. So this is 10. So you guys can draw a 10 out beside that. Okay, so 1, 3, 5, and 10 are your promotional levels. So the perks, you get a scarf that goes with your red jacket that signifies your DIQ. And okay, so this is where it starts to get really good, because you remember that 9 to 13% we keep talking about? You're not only paid that now at this level, you're not only getting paid that 9 to 13% off of just your team members, it's also off of your, no, not like this level.
No, it's only a direct.
Oh, okay. So then the perk is that you add, that not only do the team members that you add count to your team, it's also your team members, and their team members, okay? So it gets a lot bigger from there. Make sense? Cool. Okay. And then you have directorship. after that. And it's not on there, but that's what happens after DIQ, is you become a director. Okay. All right, any questions about the career path, about recruiting, about anything that goes along with that? About commissions, anything? Cool, got it? Okay, so, bless you. Okay, so your next page is what happens when I run out of contacts? Oh no. Okay, first of all, it's not the end of the world. It happens to all of us at some point in our business. The beautiful thing is everywhere you go, there's women, right? Pretty much all of them have skin on their face, yeah? Hopefully.
Most of the time.
Most
Yeah, I
of
have
the
that
time.
image in my head.
Sorry about it.
Halloween, it's okay.
But every single one of them is using something to clean it with or cover it up with. Why not buy it from you at a better price for better quality? Because there's honestly nothing that beats our prices for the quality that we give. We are a top selling brand, and our quality is like top of the line. They're just not paying department store prices with it, right? So you're doing them a favor. So you must have leads in order to book, right? We keep talking about booking time, booking time, booking time. We gotta have leads in order to book. Be prepared everywhere you go and always have business cards handy. Okay, so there are lots of ways to network, you guys. There's lots of ways to get new leads when you need them. So one way is booth or store events. These are great. Essentially what that is you set up a booth at a boutique or wherever else. I mean, you're the booth queen. Explain booth events.
Yeah, you would just set up a table. You can do it at boutiques. I've done it before at Francesca's. You can set little like mom and pop boutiques. You can do events. Ashley and Christina hit up some fall festivals, and you just set up a cute table and have women enter to win a pampering package with you. And so you just set it up, decorate it however you want. And I mean, it's in our beauty contract. We cannot sell at these events. So you do not sell products. I don't even really display products. If I do, it's clear that they're on display. I don't demo anything. I don't let them touch the products. They're clearly like encased in something so that that line is never crossed. Because if somebody catches you doing that, they can report you, and that is one way you can be terminated from the company. So do not do that. But you can have them enter to win, which is even better if you think about it, because if I had up a table right here and each one of you entered to win, I'm going to contact all of you and say that all of you have won, but you're all going to bring friends with you that didn't originally enter. So that gets me in front of more people. Okay, and so you can do that. And so, I mean, you could just look on Facebook. People advertise these events, meeting vendors. You could go into different boutiques. And then it kind of is the same deal for restaurants, but it's just more low-key. You don't have a big old table or anything.
I have parties booked in January from that. January.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, okay, so your booth events are great. Another one is called Restaurant Rose Promos. And this is where you just find your favorite restaurants. And you go in there and you say, hey, I am a consultant with Mary Kay, and have you ever done a customer appreciation event with Mary Kay before? And they're like, no. You say, great. So what that looks like is we come and we actually create a ladies' night for you. We just sit outside, you know, out of the way, and we handle a flower to each of the ladies that come in to your restaurant. We welcome them to your restaurant, thanking them for coming in, tell them that we're celebrating women today, and we also give them an opportunity to enter into a pampering package giveaway. It's a great way for you just to appreciate your lady customers, and then also for us to network. Does that sound like something you'd like to do? And most of the time I say sure, or whatever else, and then you just set it up like that. So essentially, you just you can go to like Publix and get 2 things of
Yeah, like 3 for 12.
Yeah, you can get 3 things of carnations or flowers for $12. And then you just hand a flower to everybody that walks through. And you have little clipboards. And you go, hi, welcome to Iguana Girl. We're celebrating ladies tonight. So we have a flower for you. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. You're like, you're welcome. Well, also, we're having a drawing tonight for a pampering package giveaway. And then you have your little clipboard and literally handing it to them as they're doing that. We have a drawing tonight for a pampering package giveaway. So you can go ahead and get entered into win for that. At the end of the night, we'll be drawing 10 names. We'll contact you for one of our winners. And everybody wins. So that's what a rose promo looks like. So those are ones that take a little bit more time to set up. Some really great ones that are more fast, fish bowls or facial bags. I do love me some facial bags. They're a great way for you to kind of consistently have leads trickling in. And so who does not know what a facial bag or fish bowl is? Anybody? What it is? Okay, cool. So that's
at that meeting.
yes. Okay, perfect.
What are your favorite places to put them?
Yeah, hair salons, nail salons, tanning salons, women's gyms, veterinarians' offices. What else?
Bakeries.
Bakeries is good.
Daycare centers.
Daycare centers, yes, love me some daycare centers for facial bags. Mexican restaurants, Chinese restaurants, those kinds of places.
Anywhere where they would pay above the counter for a
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So I love me those, and then another one, warm chatting, which Becky is her expertise.
Wait, what did you say?
It's called warm chatting.
Like warm and cozy.
Warm and chatting.
Chatting.
Yes. Yes. Call it warm chatting, and that is where you are just out and about in your daily life, and I spy really sharp professional women, and you ask them to book a facial right then and there. So Becky, you want to give us a scenario of what some warm chatting would look like?
Sure.
Okay.
What did I call it? What did I call it? Oh, the Cobb method.
Oh, yeah. She has her own method now.
The Cobb method.
The Cobb method.
I love
So basically, like, you just walk up to someone and your first thing you're gonna do is you compliment them, and then you offer a pampering package, and then you book them.
Cobb.
Cobb. Love it.
And so, like, a lot of times I do mine with women, like, if you go shopping with women who are, like, checking you out at the register, or, like, even if you see somebody, like, who's quality, you know, if you're shopping in the store and, you know, you see either, like, a mom with a little kid, or, I mean, even someone who's just, like, dressed the T, who impresses you based on, like, the way they look. You just walk up to them and you say, oh my gosh, I absolutely love your necklace. That is so pretty. And they're like, thanks. And I say, you know, actually this month, our company is letting us give away 10 free pampering packages. And you are just so pretty. I would absolutely love to offer you one of these. Would you be interested? And usually they say yes. And then they say, okay, great. When do you work? When do you normally work? And like, if it's someone there, I always ask when do you, like if someone's ringing you out, I say, when do you normally work? And they'll tell you like during the day or during the night or whatever. And I say, okay, awesome, I have this Thursday at this time. And then you book them. And you say, okay, great. How about I text you my business card and just a reminder so that, you know, we don't forget. And then I send them my business card and say, hey, I can't wait to see you on such and such a time. And then from there, I say, if you want, you can invite 4 of your girlfriends who are 18 and older to also enjoy this free pampering package with you. And then that's it. Mm-hmm. And if it's somebody who's not working there, then I switch it and I just say, okay, well, would, you know, weekdays, weeknights, or weekends work best for you? So it's just based on them. Mm-hmm. But I always compliment them first because that's how women deserve to be complimented, and that's how you're going to get their attention.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that.
I got warm chats.
Did you? By who?
She's the director.
Did you tell her she did so good?
I was like, thank you so much, but I'm actually very sales director myself.
What'd you say?
She was like, well, you wear it well because I was definitely attracted to you.
That's hilarious.
Only Mary Kate. I was saying I was attracted to you, not be a weird.
Not weird, right?
compliment, right?
She had a girl with her, she was trying to get into GIQ, so it worked.
I love it. That's awesome.
But it's good.
That is so awesome. So I love warm chatting my waitresses.
Yeah.
Cause like if she is busting her butt and she looks super sharp and like she's a really hard worker, when she gives us the check or whatever, I always say like, girl, you've just done a phenomenal job taking care of us tonight. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. You're probably gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm actually a Mary Kay sales director or Mary Kay consultant, and the company's letting us give away like 10 pampering packages this week. And I wanted to offer one of mine to you just because you've done such an awesome job. You're good. See ya. Just because you've done such an awesome job. So does that sound like something you would love to take? Like, would you love that? You know? And she's gonna go, yeah, well, I would love that. You go, awesome. Well, you know, what does your schedule look like this week? Like, when do you work this week? And I book her from there. So I love doing waitresses because they're like super overworked and underpaid and all that jazz. So that's a fun one to do as well. And you book them from there. So warm chatting, I like to kind of just sprinkle in throughout my daily life. Another thing that I really love is office twirls. It's not on here, but office twirls is like one of my favorite lead generating events. That is where you go into businesses where professional women work. So hair salons, live, not those places. Doctor's offices, there we go, pharmacies, banks, real estate offices, lawyers' offices, apartment offices, like where professional women work. And you have a little basket of goodie bags and your leads. And you go up in there and you just say, hey, I'm Sarah Catherine, I'm a Mary Kay sales director, and I'm actually just celebrating women working today. So I have goodie bags for everybody. And they're like, shut up, no way. Like, that's awesome. They get so excited. And you go, yeah, I do. You can get excited with them. And you go, how many ladies do you have working with you today? And then they say, like 6 or whatever. I'm like, okay, perfect. And by that time, other people are starting to pay attention. And you just say, hey, I'm just celebrating women at work today. I brought goodie bags for everybody. And so now that attracts more people, and then you give them each a goodie bag, and you say, awesome, you guys, well, I hope that just brightens your day and you enjoy that, but I'm really excited. The company is also letting us give away pampering packages this week, which is a huge deal, and I didn't want you guys to miss out, so I wanted you to be able to get entered into win for that. So here's a little slip of paper, like here's your little entry form. I'll let you guys go ahead and fill those out. You can get entered into win. At the end of the day, I'll draw 10 names and contact you if you're one of our winners. And so I really like that one because you can go to like 5 different places and you have 30 leads, like right off the bat. And it takes you like an hour. So I really, really like that. And they're all professional women that work in professional settings, that have professional incomes, like all that kind of stuff. Yeah? So that's that. When warm chatting, always get their contact info. So Becky's trick of going and saying like, okay, great, let me text you my business card. Really? If you're saying, let me give this of mine to you, really, it's that you're getting their number and reach out to them, right? So that's the trick. We're full of Jedi mind tricks. We love Jedis. Okay. When asked about your business, know the proper way to respond. And this is the thing that I really struggled with when I first started. I was like, honestly, I was a little bit embarrassed to say that I was selling Mary Kay, like, to be honest, because I felt like there's a stigma around it. Like, people are going to go, you know, whatever. And so, you know, I feel like we know how awesome it is, like, and we know how awesome the product is, and we know everything about it. But a lot of times we're not super confident to say that, you know, and first of all, it's okay. Like, you're going to gain confidence in that, but a lot of times the confidence in owning it can come from knowing how to say it, right? So
I hate hearing people say, I do Mary Kay.
Yeah.
Or you do Mary, like, that sounds wrong. Like,
Yeah.
just, no, you don't.
Who's Mary Kay and what are you doing to her?
Exactly. Like, no, you don't do Mary Kay.
Yeah. So when somebody says, so what do? You say, I want to own a business. I'm an entrepreneur. Because you are. You do own your own business. You are an entrepreneur. And they say, oh, okay, awesome. What kind of business? You say, I actually teach skincare and cosmetics to women. And then they say, oh, what for what company? And I say this humbly. Some people can be like, you know, but I say it humbly, I'm like, it's actually the #1 skincare and cosmetics company in the world. It's actually Mary Kay. The #1 skincare and cosmetics company in the world. Mary Kay. And you just say it like a conversation. Like if you thought about it, like, where do you work? Oh, I work in a bank. Oh, okay, what bank?
Regions.
Okay, I work at a bank. Or I work in finance. Okay, what kind of finance? I work at a bank. Oh, what bank? It's, you know, one of the #1, you know, it's Regions. We're actually one of the #1 bank branches, whatever. It's natural for people to explain a little bit about what they do. Just like it's natural for you to explain a little bit about what you do. So, what do you do? Oh, I actually own my own business. I'm an entrepreneur. Oh, okay, what kind of business? Oh, it's actually really fun. I actually get to teach skincare and makeup to women and stuff like that. Cool. Like, is that you do that at the company? Yeah. It's actually the #1 skincare and cosmetic company in the world, which is pretty cool. It's actually Mary Kay. So you made a conversation, very chill, like whatever. But now, all of a sudden, they're going, oh. Now they understand more about what you do. You have more credibility rather than I'm too Mary Kay. You know, they're like, okay, do you make money with that? You know, so they say, oh, how's that going, right? How's that going? Great, I change lives every day. Great, change lives every day. What do you do? And when I first started, I was like, I mean, I make money with it, but probably not enough to impress you. You know, because when we first start, like, everybody's starting out at a certain whatever. And so I say, yeah, did you know that actually out of the world's millionaires, only 3% are women, and 75% of those 3% are from the UK? So I'll like tell them facts like that. Be like, yeah, you did really well with this. And now I'm like, yeah, I make almost a 6-figure income. Like, what do you do?
Being like my degree is in business.
Right.
So thinking on that note, like thinking how even starting out, you have the potential to make more than somebody who's been in their corporate job for years. You know, I mean, Sarah Catherine and I both have been in Mary Kay less than 3 years, and make probably as much as my mother, who's been in her job for almost 15. You know, and that's like, that's another way to think of it. Like when you think about being embarrassed, like don't, like know that they may be looking at you like, oh, Mary Kay. And like I just think to myself, like, yep, better probably make more money. I don't say that out loud. But I think that, you know, because I'm like, you know what, yeah, Mary Kay. Mary Kay pays my bills, Mary Kay pays my student loans, Mary Kay pays for everything, I have a free car. Yes, Mary Kay. Yes, you know, and then you're not ashamed anymore. Like I was the same way when I first started. You know, like I went to work the next day thinking everybody's gonna make fun of me and it was gonna be a joke. So I presented it as a joke. Y'all are never gonna guess what I just did. The last night I signed up to be Mary Kay consultant. And I just paused and waited on everybody to start laughing. They all said, do you have a book? I was like, no, I ain't even got my kit yet. And then one lady came around the corner and handed me her order for $100 worth of lip glosses. And I was like,
Exactly.
And then the more you see the money and how you can progress very quickly, you shouldn't be embarrassed. Just know that in the back of your head when they ask you.
I also feel like that a lot of times, like when people go, oh, Mary Kay, they do that because people have told them before, oh, I do Mary Kay, and then they see it doesn't work. So if you wear it proudly and you wear it confidently, it's gonna take them aback to go, oh, okay, it really does work.
Right.
You know, and you put a better standard and a better perception to it than what everybody else has already done.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend that was like, started selling Mary Kay. I was living with her for a little bit, and like she was in it for maybe a month. She spent like almost $3,000 buying all this stuff. And like it's still sitting in her house. Like she sold maybe $150 worth of stuff. And I was just like, there's no way you can convince me to do that. But then like at Sarah's party, I was like, okay, now that seems workable because it was explained.
Right.
But, you know, it was very confusing.